Welcome to the deep dive. If you've been following the car world lately, you probably think, like most people, that all the really smart cutting-edge stuff, AI, the learning systems, that's all just for EVs, right?
Yeah, that's definitely the common wisdom, but maybe not entirely true anymore. We're looking today at something that challenges that idea. Our listener sent over a bunch of material on SAI Volkswagens or SVW's PRO family technical launch.
And what's really caught my eye here is that this isn't about some flashy new electric concept. No, this is a big strategic push for their traditional gasoline cars. They're actually calling them smart oil cars.
Exactly. The documents lay out this whole strategy, oil-electric harmony, they call it. And there's a pretty intense technical look at their new assisted driving system, the IQ Pilot Enhanced Driving 2.0, and the Smart Cockpit that goes with it.
Okay, let's get into this then. Our mission today, really, is to figure out, can a regular gasoline car, built on all that traditional engineering, actually integrate this advanced AI smoothly? And can it really perform as reliably, maybe even better, than cars built digital first from the ground up?
Well, SVW seems to think so. They're kind of betting that as the, let's say, initial hype around EVs cools a bit, people will circle back to wanting proven quality and reliability. Especially, if it comes with top-notch safety and the latest tech. They think the foundation is key.
Right, which brings us to this oil-electric harmony strategy. Why double down on gasoline vehicles, GVs, right now? I mean, alongside the electric stuff they're also doing.
It's about seeing a gap, a blue ocean, as they say. The GV market is still huge, nearly half of all drivers in China, for instance. SVW sees this massive group as being, well, underserved by the latest smart technology. People want that rock-solid SVW quality they know, but they also want the cool new intelligent features. They're trying to bridge that gap.
But it's not just about slapping some AI onto any old car, is it? They're really emphasizing the mechanical base. The traditional engineering quality is presented as like the essential launch pad for the AI, this golden power assembly they talk about.
Ah, yes, the golden power assembly. That's where it gets specific. It includes their 5th generation EA888 engine, which, okay, they boldly call the strongest heart on Earth.
Yeah, quite a claim.
It is, but they pair it with the new DQ501 transmission, and that combination is important.
The DQ501 transmission. Why is that specific piece of hardware so critical for an intelligent system? It feels like we usually just focus on the engine or the sensors.
Because the AI needs hardware it can rely on, implicitly. The DQ501 is known for handling high torque and being incredibly robust. So when the AI needs to make a sudden move, quick acceleration, maybe hard braking, things common in level 2 plus driving the transmission can execute instantly, smoothly. No lag, no mechanical strain, no jerky feeling for you inside. That's the solid hardware foundation they mean.
And they had that amazing story to back this up, didn't they, about a Tiguan owner from 2015.
Oh, yeah. Nearly 500,000 kilometers driven. That's like 1.5 times the distance to the moon.
Wow. Yeah.
And certified testing centers checked it out. Engine, chassis, still in good shape.
So it's not just about longevity. It's about the AI having confidence in the machine it's piloting. It doesn't need complex workarounds for potential mechanical weaknesses if the base is just fundamentally strong.
Precisely. Good mechanics enable ambitious software.
Okay, let's shift gears to the software, the brain. IQ Pilot Enhanced Driving 2.0. This came out of a partnership, right? SVW and Zooey Technology.
Yes, Zooey technology is key here. And what's really interesting is their approach to sensing. The IQ Pilot 2.0 uses bionic binocular vision.
Bionic binocular?
Yeah.
Like 2 eyes?
Kind of, yeah. But the big strategic choice they made was not to rely on high-precision maps or LiDAR sensors. That really sets them apart from a lot of the high-end ADS players.
Hold on, why skip LiDAR and the super detailed maps? Isn't that usually seen as the best way to make these systems really robust?
Well, SVW and Zooey argue their vision-only approach is actually more efficient and maybe even more reliable, especially in really complex, messy, real-world driving. It's not just 2 cameras slapped on. This setup gives the system inherent depth perception, sort of like our eyes. It helps make distance judgments more naturally robust without needing massive computing power or constantly updated external maps, which, let's be honest, aren't always perfect or available. They claim they get dense point clouds, similar to LiDAR, just from vision.
Okay, vision is one thing, but the real leap seems to be in the algorithm, right? Moving beyond those old, rigid, if this, then that rules.
Absolutely. They've gone for an AI, large, model-based, end-to-end algorithm. Think of it like this. Old systems were like a fixed flowchart. This new system is more like, well, a brain. It takes in all the raw sensor data, everything it sees, and directly figures out the best driving path, combined with a specific safety logic layer.
And why is that end-to-end approach so much better for driving?
Adaptability, really. It's much, much better at handling unexpected stuff situations that weren't explicitly programmed in. Like, I don't know, something weird falls off a truck ahead. A rule-based system might just freeze or react poorly. This AI is designed to interpret that novelty and generate a smooth, appropriate response. Zhuyu even claims it might be the first mass-produced AI-assisted driving solution of its kind for gasoline cars.
The real test, though, is always on the road. And they use that Guangzhou-Shenzhen highway route for testing, which sounds pretty intense.
Oh, it is. That 100-plus kilometer stretch is famous for testing 80 systems to their limits. Heavy traffic, complex merges and exits. It challenges even systems loaded with LiDAR and tons of processing power.
And the big claim from that test was zero takeover. Seriously. The human driver didn't have to intervene at all on that entire route. 0 times. That sounds almost too good to be true. Was it a genuine challenge or maybe a slightly easier run?
From the examples they shared, it sounds genuinely challenging. They highlighted 3 tricky scenarios. First, a tunnel incident. The car apparently changed lanes smoothly to avoid an accident inside the tunnel, and crucially, handled the difficult lighting, bright light at the exit, making it hard to see all without the driver needing to brake. The vision system stayed confident when a human might struggle.
Okay, handling low visibility and avoiding an accident without driver input. That's impressive. What else? Unexpected obstacles.
Yep, they had a great example. A car in front swerved suddenly, revealing a slow-moving construction vehicle right ahead. The IQ pilot didn't just slam on the brakes, which can be really jarring. It smoothly decelerated and maneuvered around it, showing it could predict and react gracefully, keeping the ride comfortable even during an emergency avoidance.
I like the sound of the proactive off-ramp feature, too. It seems like it anticipates common driver errors.
Exactly. It plans the lane changes needed for your exit 2 kilometers ahead. We've all done it, right? Chatting, distracted, suddenly realize, oh no, that was my exit. This system basically prevents that, keeping things on track without nagging you.
That seamlessness really leads into their core philosophy, doesn't it? This idea of human-machine co-driving, renji gongje.
It does, and it addresses a common frustration. A lot of current systems, especially level 2, end up in what they call human-machine fighting, renjinji. You make a tiny steering adjustment on a curve, just a slight correction, and bang, the system throws its hands up, disengages with a loud alert, and suddenly you're fully in control, maybe flustered.
Right. Feels like the car is arguing with you. So SVW's approach is what? The car doesn't just quit?
Precisely. It's designed to be like a really experienced co-driver. It doesn't fight you for the wheel. If you make a gentle steering input or touch the accelerator, it understands your intent. It doesn't immediately shut off. Instead, it keeps providing support, adjusting its assistance subtly. It's collaboration, not a power struggle.
And this collaborative spirit is built on some clear safety rules, right?
Yeah.
They mentioned something about being inspired by Asimov's laws of robotics.
Yeah, they framed it around 3 core principles. First, safety supremacy. Safety is absolute. The system never takes unnecessary risks. Second, loyal collaboration. That's the co-driving we just talked about, working with the driver, not against them, with clear boundaries. And third, self-protection, meaning the car's own stability and reliability are paramount to protect the people inside.
Which brings us to the ultimate safety net, that driver inability assistance feature. What happens if the driver just checks out, becomes unresponsive?
This is the critical backup. If the system detects signs of, say, extreme fatigue or distraction, and the driver doesn't respond to multiple warnings, flashing lights, sounds, it concludes the driver is incapacitated. Then it carefully initiates 3 stages of deceleration, maneuvers the car safely to the side of the road, stops, and automatically calls emergency services. It's a serious safety feature for worst-case scenarios.
Okay, let's switch focus to inside the car, the intelligent cockpit. Because often you see these amazing driving assistance features paired with infotainment systems in traditional cars that feel, well, slow, clunky, almost like an afterthought. SVW seems determined to fix that.
They are, and they've used a pretty unique approach, integrating 2 different AI models. They've got Baidu Wenxin and Deepseek working together.
2 AI models. Why make it that complicated? Wouldn't one be enough?
It's about optimizing for different tasks. Baidu Wenxin is used for the quick, simple stuff, change the radio station, turn up the heat, fast responses. Deepseek is kept for the really complex questions, things that require deeper reasoning or more processing power. The system smartly decides which AI to use based on your command. So simple requests are instant, but it still has the horsepower for tricky queries.
They had a fun example of that during the launch, didn't they? Something about noodles.
Yes. They showed it successfully answering a really complex question about all the different historical types of Yunnan cross-bridge rice noodles. Apparently, that specific question was a known stumper for older, single AI models. So getting that right showed off the sophisticated reasoning the dual model setup enables.
And connectivity-wise, they seem refreshingly open. The sources highlighted that it's designed to work well with everything iPhone, Huawei, Android. I liked their quote, "We make cars, not phones."
Yeah, that focus on just working with whatever phone you have is smart. No walled gardens. And they're really pushing software updates, too. They're positioning themselves as the most active brand for over-the-air OTA updates on gasoline cars. They've already done 11 updates, aiming for 16 by year-end, hitting over 4.8 million vehicles. That's a serious commitment to keeping these GVs current.
Okay, let's talk about the business side, because this is where it gets really disruptive. You mentioned they're focused on selling now, not making future promises.
Exactly. They made a point of saying they're the first brand delivering this level of mass-produced high-speed ADAS on gasoline cars in China, ready to order and drive away now. No waiting list for a feature that's coming soon.
Right, and now the price.
Oh.
Just to set the stage for you listening, normally systems like this, if available as options on other cars, might cost you somewhere between 15,000 to 20,000 RMB extra. That's what, roughly 2,100 to 2,800 US dollars? An expensive add-on.
Which is why their announcement really shook things up. They're clearly trying to make advanced intelligence standard, not a luxury upgrade.
The IQ Pilot Enhanced Driving Assist? It's included free of charge, standard, across the whole PRO family lineup. It's just part of the car's base price.
And they didn't stop there. To really hammer home that link between the new tech and their traditional mechanical strength, they added an incredible warranty offer. A lifetime warranty on the engine, transmission, and chassis for the new Tiguan Pro and Passat Pro models.
That's huge. So you're getting the promise of that super reliable German engineering, potentially lasting forever, combined with this cutting-edge AI system for free. That really changes the value equation for buyers.
Absolutely. So wrapping up what we've covered, SVW is essentially offering a system that's designed to be super reliable thanks to its hardware foundation and super easy to use because of that co-pilot AI approach. They're making a strong case that smarts aren't just tied to the electric powertrain. It's about engineering focus and strategy.
So what this means for you is the whole conversation around smart cars might be shifting. Maybe it's less about is it gas or electric and more about how well does it all work together. It seems the winning combo here is trusted mechanics, trusted software working loyally together.
And here's something to think about. If this system's success hinges on its relatively low-cost, vision-only approach, remember, they deliberately skipped LiDAR. What does that assume for the whole ADAS tech race? Is LiDAR now overkill for this level of driving assistance? Or is SVW just making a smart, temporary move until LiDAR costs come down? That's maybe the big question to ponder until our next deep dive.